Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind, my friend. My name is George Wright III. I am your host with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. If this is the first time you're listening, I'm glad you're here to spend a little bit of time with us. My goal with the Daily Mastermind is to give you that inspiration, motivation, education, the drive, the daily consistency that you need to create your best life. I know if you're listening to this podcast, you're on that path. You're trying to figure out how to grow into the best version of yourself, but create that life that you want to live, the life that you meant to live. So today we're going to pick up where I left off yesterday. And what I'm doing this week is I'm talking to you about 8 steps to really creating your best life. But really the theme here is you may be at a stage in your life where you're killing it, you're really crushing your goals, or you might be at a stage in your life where you're struggling. But either way, there are periods of time in our life where we need to regroup, we need to recommit, we need to realign with what we are trying to accomplish in our life. And so that's kind of what I'm doing with these episodes this week. And, we talked about these 8 steps, and yesterday we talked about the first step being creating a clear vision and finding that purpose and passion and drive and, really becoming a leader. And so your vision is so important, but where I find a lot of people struggle is clarity. So clarity is something, that's step 2, okay? Clarity is something that I think many of us want, but very few of us put the time into truly defining. I think finding the time to really create clarity in your life will pay huge rewards, even though when you're doing it, it may seem like a distraction. So let me ask you this question. Do you ever have days where you wish you had a better direction, or where you wonder if you're on the right path? You question the things that you're doing every day, or when you ask yourself if you're chasing the right dreams, the right goals, or whether you should be doing something else. Maybe you just feel sometimes confused, as to why circumstances and events and people in your life continue to cause you anxiety and stress. But these questions that come up ultimately, when we're faced with these questions, or even decisions or difficult circumstances or choices in our lives, this is when you really need to have clarity. And clarity becomes so important. But keep in mind, clarity requires time, attention, repetition, alignment of your values and your passions, like we talked about with your vision. Clarity requires you to put in the effort. And in his book, High Performance Habits, which I refer to often, Brendon Burchard talks about one of the first and most fundamental priorities of high achievers. One of the biggest characteristics of high achievers is they have clarity. So if you're struggling with direction, uncertainty, difficulty making decisions, it's possible that you just lack clarity. So let's talk about clarity today, and let me give you some strategies and help you to gain a little bit more perspective. So first, I want to start out by saying clarity isn't something you have. I want you to listen to me here when I say this. Clarity is not something you have. It's something you generate. I learned that lesson a while ago. You generate clarity. Really think about what I said there. It's not something that's just there that you have. It's something you generate. You generate it by asking great questions. Just like your thoughts. Your thoughts come from questions that you ask yourself, right? Who are you? What do you want? How will you get there? Do you understand what I'm saying there? So clarity is something you generate by asking good questions of yourself. And then second, clarity is going to have a direct impact on your self-esteem and confidence. This is very important for you to understand, because when you recognize the value of that, you prioritize clarity over anything else. Clarity is going to impact your self-esteem, your confidence. It's either going to bring positivity or negativity. And the goal here is for you to create unambiguous and challenging goals in order to increase your self-esteem and performance. But you've got to have clarity on what you're setting your goals with. You need to know who you are. You've got to, clarity means that you know who you are, you know what you want, and you know how to get it. It's as simple as that. You know who you are, you know what you want, and you know how you're going to go about getting it. So clarity, let's talk just for a minute here about how you can generate or create more clarity in your life. I really like what Brendon Burchard talks about in his High Performance Habits book, because he kind of talks about 3 core areas. And the first one I really like because we talked about it yesterday, but I'm in the context of clarity, I want to talk about it again today. And that's, what's your future vision? The vision we talked about yesterday was around leadership and purpose and passion, but I want to give you 4 key areas to really get clarity on your vision. The first is your identity. Who do you want to become? Who is it that you want to be? Do you want to be, focused on your family, your friends, your business? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to be someone who has impact? Who do you want to become? The person you want to become. And then second, relationships. Who's important? Who's impactful? When you're visualizing your future and your vision, you want to visualize who you want to become and who is important to you and that you want to impact in your life. And then you also want to create a future vision of your business. Get clarity on the focus and the skills and the services that you're going to provide. And then finally, get really clear on the lifestyle you want. This is the thing that I actually start with a lot of people that I have mentored in the past or have worked with me or for me or alongside me. Most people grow up in life and they ask themselves, what do I want to do? What do I want to get? And I really like better question because the keys are found in better questions. And the better question is, what do you want your life to be like? What do you want your life to be like? Because that's a question that will help you to drive deep in your identity, your relationships, your business. What do you want your life to be like? Do you want to be making a ton of money but working all the time? Do you want to be able to be successful but constantly be tied to your hours and not have money working for you, but you're working for money? What do you want your life to be like? When you do these things, you're going to create clarity around your vision, your identity, your relationships, your business, your lifestyle. Then what I want you to do is I want you to ask questions and create clarity around the emotions and feelings that you desire. Because ultimately, you've heard me say this before, it's not things that we want. It's not situations we want. It's not recognition we want. It's not rewards that we want. It's the feelings and emotions we're going to get from having those things. You're going to want a better car because it's going to make you feel good. You're going to want more income because it's going to give you more peace of mind in your lifestyle. The emotions and feelings you desire are key. So define what you want to experience on a daily basis. What you're going to find later on is that, if you haven't already found this, is that you can create those emotions right now. Tony Robbins does this a lot in his events, is he'll have people close their eyes and sit back and think of a moment that they were extremely happy. Just one, everyone's got at least a moment in time that they were extremely happy. And the more you get into that moment, the more you physiologically feel, I hope that's a good word, physiologically feel that emotion. And that's all we're looking for. It's the same emotion you're going to get when you accomplish that big goal that you've got. So besides your future vision clarity, you're going to define your emotions and feelings that you desire and want to experience on a daily basis. And then third, to create clarity, I want you to define what's meaningful for you. What gives you fulfillment? What gives you satisfaction? Brendon Burchard has a equation in his book called Personal Satisfaction Equation. And what the equation is this. So really think about this. Don't just let this pass by. Think about it for a minute. Passion plus growth plus contribution equals satisfaction. So think about that. What are you passionate about? What can you do to constantly grow? And what can you do to contribute to those around you? Those 3 things are absolutely the equation for fulfillment and satisfaction. And one of the things I'd add to that is when you align with your unique talent, this is something my mentor Robert used to always talk about. When you align with your unique talent, which is something you're passionate about and you're excellent at, you're passionate and excellent about something, when you align behind your unique talent in the service of others, you're going to create an amazing life. And that just goes right hand in hand and really aligned with that personal satisfaction equation that Brennan has, which is passion, growth, and contribution. So that's what I want you to think about this week. I want you to be thinking about how you can create and generate more clarity in your life. And you're going to do that through questions. You're going to do it because you know that it's going to have a direct and indirect impact on your self-esteem and confidence. But I want you to create clarity around your vision, your emotions you want to experience daily, and what you feel is meaningful for you. And those are the key ingredients, I think, of clarity. So now we've talked about vision and we've talked about clarity. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to get into detail into some additional steps that we're going to do to create your best life. So I want you to join me tomorrow And do me another favor. I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the world to me if you'd share this episode. Share it with someone that you know. Help us to kind of basically spread the message of what we're trying to do here on a day-to-day basis. And I want you to know something else before I let you go. You're not doing this alone. The journey of an entrepreneur can seem very lonely, and it can seem very isolated at times. But when you surround yourself with the right people, you are not alone. And that's what you're doing by listening to the podcast today. So I look forward to talking with you more. I know and I believe that it's never too late to start creating that life that you are meant to live. You need to just start today. Today's a new day. And I'll look forward to talking with you more tomorrow. Have an amazing day.